Hey everyone, I'm back with more of the King's Quest VI Demake. I really enjoyed the first hour-ish I played of it, and I'm excited to get back into it to see how this Demake has really uh, shook out. I swear to God, I was the smartest I ever was immediately after graduating from law school, and ever since then, it's like a downhill decline. I'm just kidding. I'm just losing knowledge left and right. But I'm gaining wisdom with age, I think. Anyway, yes. Here we are. I was thinking, can we use the feather on the oyster to tickle him to get the pearl out? Let's try. How do I see my inventory? Okay. Maybe not. Um, and I want to let the dev know who demade this. If at any point I'm frustrated, it probably has more to do with King's Quest VI than it has to do with anything in the demake. Uh, Sierra games, right, can be obtuse. And now, granted, in the demake, Brandon Corey, I hope I'm saying your name right, had to come up with all of the possible iterations of things people might type into the game. And that sounds like a nightmare to me. Oh, okay. I remember this scene, but I don't remember what to do. Oh, yeah, that's right. I can speed up. Oh, is it not plus in this? I can speed up just like in Quest for Glory. We'll do fast. There we go. It was a frog. Oh, that's right. These are cabbages, I think, and tomatoes. Look. Wait for that to be over. Alexander standing in a delectable garden. Nestled in the bright green grass are colorful plants growing in orderly clusters. Some of their curious faces peer up at Alexander from the sides of the path. The garden ends at a speckled gate. Okay. There is an iceberg lettuce near the center of the garden. There's a rotten tomato at the bottom of the tomato vine. Oh, is that the guy who's frowning? He's grumpy, right? I remember him being grouchy. There are baby tears at the left-hand side of the garden. There's a hole in the wall. Where's the hole in the wall? Hmm. I don't see it in the 16 color graphics, but it'll probably become more obvious maybe here on the left side somewhere. Take tomato. Hey, what do you think you're doing there? Get your hands off of me, hey. Alexander picks up the rotten tomato and puts him away. One never knows when one will need a rotten tomato. Take cabbage? Hmm. Iceberg lettuce. Alexander picks a head of lettuce. Ye gads, that is cold. I have to remember Alexander's voice. He was just kind of a serious like guy like that. He just talked kind of in a low, unaffected register, if I remember correctly. Talk? What a pleasant garden this is. There he is. Can I talk? Hello, aren't you a bunch of fine looking plants? Goo goo gaga. Yeah, apparently the baby steers haven't learned how to talk yet. Okay, I remember that. You have some sunflowers here? Oh, Those snapdragons don't like Alexander getting so close. Okay. Oh, they don't. Sounds. Those wallflowers sure are shy, and the snapdragons are awfully protective of them. Alexander can't even get close to the wallflowers without causing quite a stir. All right, all right. Oh, are the wallflowers covering up the hole in the wall? Hmm. And what's this bug guy? This leads us into the queen, where the two queens are, right? I guess a checkerboard, if I remember correctly. I didn't look here. The Isle of Wonder swamp oozes with muck, moss, and mud. Crickets and frogs sing an endless serenade, and the green filtered light adds to the sense of the dampness here. I thought I was going to say something a little bit more serene, but no, a sense of dampness. There is a milkweed growing at the base of the tree. Okay. Oh, is that this? Take milkweed. Alexander takes a bottle of milk from the milkweed bush. Oh no. Oh, that's right. The dogwood tree. He's barking at me. This guy. It's a dogwood tree and he's got a little dog in him. Can I talk to the stick? He's a stick in the mud. Does he come to life? Hmm. Well, we got a bunch of new stuff. Oh, do I read the book to the oyster and he falls asleep? If you're having trouble sleeping, perhaps you'd like me to read to you. Hey, that will be great. I'm not reading that again. It's just an elongated version of what we read. Oh my god. Yields gilded minnow of precise measurements 2,069 cendrils by 3,023 and 6/7 puns. Not punts, as might be expected. This is not to say, however, in any sense whatsoever, that deviations in mean temperature of 5 or 6 degrees, dregs or so, like reading a law book, indicate a fabrication or deviation sufficiently broad enough to exacerbate the conclusions uncovered in due course with regards to the dimensions, consistency, mass, or thickness inherent in the menial suckling grouse. The poor little oyster falls into an uneasy sleep, though it's clear he is still not resting easy. Alexander decides to leave him to his nap. Um, do I have to be in front of him and snatch it when he's yawning? I think maybe I missed my chance. Well, we can talk to that spider. The tail end of this island is a riotous scramble of books, sand, and a spider's web. I'm not dying to something, silly. I refuse. I mean, I probably will, but... Alexander investigates the intricate spider's web in the corner. Ugh. Wow, hi, gorgeous. What a luscious-looking hunk of flesh you are. Thank you, I guess. Who are you? How charming of you not to pretend to know. I'm Black Widow, of course, the femme fatale of all femme fatales. Know what I mean? Wink, wink. Do my Lucille Bluth wink. You know, I was just thinking it was time I found my 50th, another husband. It would be quite a honor to have me as a bride. Just look at my beautiful weaving. It's so light, so delicate, you'll never want to leave my little nest. It is a lovely web, but my heart is elsewhere, I'm afraid. Drat. The loss is yours. I'm sure you'll change your mind once you consider the advantages. She's got this, oops. She'll bite me if I try to take this. So I think I have to give her something to eat before I can do that. Oh, please let me get out of here. Okay. Oh, the iceberg lettuce is melting. I bet it'll... Do I put it in that boiling, swamp? Okay, use map. That's on the Isle of the Beast. Use lettuce. Put lettuce in water? A puddle of green water would have little effect on that pond. Oh, did I? Melted. Do I need a fresh one and then just come right here? I think it means that the iceberg lettuce isn't enough to cool down the pond. Do I wake the oyster up? I feel like I should read the section of the book on the Island of the Sacred Mountain because I can't. I poked at that puzzle, the plaque, on the side of the mountain, and I didn't do very much. So oh, do I use the milk on the Alexander gives one of the baby's tears a bottle of milk. The other baby's tears seems to resent Alexander's gift for some reason. They cry. Now what? I remember the sound they made. Like I can hear it in my mind, the VGA version. There must be a way to capture these tears, but I don't have a way to do that yet. Oh, the gate just opens. These guys won't, I don't think they'll let me in. They like whinny and then get closer. Checkmate, only chess pieces allowed in the chessboard land. That's right, humans aren't allowed and will never be. Stay out. It's like the noise they made in the VJ version, I believe. Here come the queens. Here they are. I must insist, Your Highness, I shall send the lump of coal to the vizier and the princess as a present for their wedding, and that's the end of it. And I suppose you'll leave me with only this stupid spoiled egg to send, Your Highness. I want to impress the new king and queen as of the realm as much as you do. As queen of this island, I have every right to that lump of coal. Who isn't queen of this isle? The lump of coal is in my possession. Therefore, I shall do as I please with it. Besides, there's nothing wrong with that spoiled egg. The egg, though delightfully spoiled, is not nearly so valuable as the lump of coal, and you know it. Your Highness always got to carry the singing stone. It's not fair that you get the coal too. That doesn't count. The singing stone was stolen by that horrid beast. I should just get to keep the coal. Excuse me. I should get to keep the coal just because my stone was stolen. It wasn't your stone. It belonged to the Isle of Wonder treasury. Your Highness always thinks that everything is hers. Yes, I'm here. Excuse me, my good man, but could you settle an argument for us? Which of us should get to carry the coal and which of us the egg? Remember, white is the color of deserving truth and virtue. Mm. Be quiet, your Highness, and let him make up his own mind. I, for one, shall be more proper and not even mention the fact that red is the color of love. I'm sorry, your Majesties. I am partial to both red and white, but I'm afraid that I don't know how to solve your problem. One of you will just have to be gracious and allow the other the lump of coal. Well, he was a lot of help, wasn't he? Yes, obviously a man of high intelligence. Oh, she left a scarf. The lump of coal, excuse me, the lump of coal goes much better with my gown anyway. Black and red are imperial colors. That's the silliest thing I ever heard. Red does not go with anything, being much too self-conscious. White is the perfect accompaniment to any color. Pick up the scarf. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Oh, the Minotaur? I think I use it on the Minotaur. Okay. Well, we'll get another bottle of milk on our way by. Get barked at. Hmm. Okay. Let's poke around here some more. There he is. What do you think you're doing? I'm sorry, I didn't realize these books had an owner. I am in the need of a rare book. Hmm. No owner. All books have owners, my good man, and this book owner, bookworm, to you, wouldn't part with one of his books for anything. Isn't there something I can do for you or pay for the book? Let's see. Do you have an... Is this who I give the hanging, dangling participle to? I thought it was a possum. Was it a bookworm? Let's see. Do you have an itinerant clause? No, no clause at all, I'm afraid. Well, as an exception, you always should. I think that... Oh gosh, what's going on down there? Don't mind oxymoron and diphthong. They're fairly limited grammatical principles, you know. Let's see. A marsh pig that does taxes? No, I'm afraid not. A dangling participle? I'm fresh out. A purple fiddlewhacker? No, I don't think so. Sorry. An idiosyncrasy, perhaps? Afraid not. Ha! What good are you? How do I... I wanted to look at the string of letters, right? Because it was where are you going? But that's not a dangling participle, right? Where are you going to would be a dangling participle? It used to be like a big faux pas to use dangling participles, like 20 years ago. And now nobody cares. Like, they've just been adapted as common usage. And if anyone, I don't know who would be giving you a hard time about dangling participles, but if anyone does, you can tell them that English experts have given up on caring about dangling participles. They're just the way we use English. Hmm. Let's go look at this plaque. We'll read the book too. That's not where I wanted to go. The Isle of the Sacred Mountain. There's the possum. Was it a lizard? There he is. He wasn't always there, right? There's a creature hanging from the tree. Talk to creature. Hello, friend. Aren't you an odd-looking little fellow? Am not. Odd-looking you are. Oh, a real Yoda situation. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you could speak. Speak not. Funny is. Speech I am and nothing but. You speak strangely, friend. Strange my speech is not. Eloquence I speak with. But who are you and why are you here? Away I fly, my home from, see. He's ending everything in participles. Lost I am, therefore. Sigh. As my name, too, can you guess not? It is what I do this branch with, and the way I speak of. Dangling participle? Participle? If you're lost, perhaps I can take you home? Take me home, too? Think not I do. Know you, I do not. Are you sure you don't want me to try to find your home? Trust you, I do not. Stay here, I will. Alexander holds out the sentence to the creature. This sentence seems in need of an ending. Perhaps you could finish it? Where are you going? Where are you going? Know what I do. Where are you going to? Like you, I do. Go I with you. Well, that was certainly interesting. It looks like Alexander now has a passenger. So now we can take him to the bookworm. Yeah, I couldn't remember where that dangling participle was. And I guess I just had to probably talk to the bookworm before he spawned. I think these guys become friends. Well, what is it this time? I found this little fellow lost on another island. Coming home I am now too. There you are, you naughty boy. I told you not to leave the island. Glad I am seeing you too. I don't remember what he looks like in the VGA version. I just remember he was dangling like a possum. So I'll have to look at what his VGA model was to jog my memory. A most solemn celebration. Oh, here comes the oxymoron and... So you found my dangling participle. I suppose I'll have to give you something. Let's see now. Was it a rare book you wanted? Yes, sir. Well, then none of these will do. Sorry, my nose itches real bad. Ugh. Well, then none of these will do. They've been sitting in the sun far too long and must be well cooked by now. This one is far more rare. A delicious little tidbit. Sorry, I'm not giving this either of these two guys a voice. Thanks. Is that it? Rare book. Okay, so now I can give this to the... Oh, they're spelling bees, aren't they? We can give this map to the bookshop map. We can give this rare book to the shopkeep of the bookstore. Hi! I wonder if I can get a poem to give to the nightingale. To take to the princess. We'll see if we can take some poetry too. Girl in the tower, I'm reaching out. Please tell me what to do. I'll be here all week. Here he is again. He's got something to say? Jolo, how fare you, and what news have you from the castle? What was this voice? Prince Alex, how I fare is close to boiling. Have you seen the wedding proclamations around the village? I've heard rumors of the wedding, of course, but I didn't want to believe it, and I never thought it would be so soon. Cosima, married. It is an unpleasant thing to swallow, friend. If only I knew if Cosima wished it. Tell me about the vizier, Jalo. The vizier? No, there's a dangerous subject. His name is Abdul al-Hazred. He came to the kingdom 15 years ago. The king was fascinated by his knowledge and his fine-sounding ideas. Didn't take long for al-Hazred to convince the king to trust him with the minor problems of daily government. You see, Caliphim had a wife and a new daughter he wanted to spend time with. Al-Hazred became a vizier. And now? Well, he's had his eye on Cosima ever since she was a young girl, and she is the only thing between him and the throne. Really like Aladdin situation. Do you think he means to harm her? I honestly do not know. I think he'd rather keep her as his wife, but whatever his plans for the princess, he will use her to his best advantage. That's his way. Perhaps he has charmed her. Perhaps she cares for him now? The vizier is capable of anything. Cosima must be vulnerable and lonely right now. Still, she has always instinctively distrusted him. Cosima has a good head on her shoulders, and I'd be surprised if she's truly followed his words of love. I must return to the castle, Prince Alex, and you to your wanderings. May we both fare well. I tried to read the original Aladdin, and I couldn't do it, but I did read like a bunch of synopses by other people. Um, and Aladdin is a little jerk. Like, his dad dies. I think his dad was like like a cobbler, and he was like a hard worker, honest worker, and he dies. And his mom is trying to like just survive. And instead of like learning his father's trade and taking up, the mantle when his father died, Aladdin just like faffs off. And he just basically leaves his mother to twist in the wind. And then his uncle shows up to like help the family. And that's basically all I remember. But Aladdin in the story, the original story, Aladdin is like an irredeemable little piece of crap. He's so romanticized by the West. And he's just not really, he's like not a good kid at all. Give book. Just give book. I found this rare book and I thought of your offer. Very interesting. It is a wonderful riddle book. Riddles are, it kind of sounds like, let's see, here we go. Very interesting. It is a wonderful riddle book. There we go. Riddles are much more marketable than spells these days. I guess people believe more in mirth than in magic. Where is the spell book you wanted? Oh, here is the spell book you wanted, and a fair trade it is, I must say. Enjoy it. I certainly hope so. We shall see how rusty my spellcasting truly is. Thinking of Cosima, Alexander decides to leaf through one of the volumes of love poetry. He reads. Alexander returns the love poem book to the shelf. A page from the book of love poems has fallen on the floor. Alexander picks up the fallen page. It's a love poem he particularly liked. It must have fallen out of the poetry book. I see that the old... Wait, no, wrong gun. I see that the old volume has lost another page. You may keep it if you like, sir. I have glued that stubborn thing back in place 2 times already. I do rather like it. Thank you, merchant. Let me give this to the bird. Alexander holds out the love poem to the nightingale, hoping that she perhaps is the nightingale that Jolo spoke of, and that she might be able to take the words of love to her mistress Cosima. To Alexander's surprise, the nightingale swoops down and grabs the page from his hand. Godspeed, little bird. The nightingale flies off toward the castle with the poem. Where might she be taking it? Oh, here's Cosima. Sing Sing, what have you found? A scrap of paper? This is no mere bit of paper, but the words of love. Who sent this? It must have been Abdul. Oh, Sing Sing, will he ever give up? Never give up. You must be careful, pretty bird. Stay away from Abdul. I don't trust him so close to you. Now go. No, Cosima, it's me. It's Alexander. The little bird returns to her branch without the poem. Alexander wishes he knew what happened to his message of love. Cosima, it's me. I don't think I have anything else I can give to her right now. A flower of stench. No. Okay. I was gonna read about the Sacred Mountain. The Isle of Sacred Mountain, on the first impression, appears to be nothing but a great wall of cliffs rising to the sky with no apparent means of scaling it. The visitors soon met, however, by a pair of greeters of the winged race. Hmm. The winged ones are the inhabitants of the Isle of the Sacred Mountain. Towering to a height of 6 to 7 feet, the winged ones are by far the most impressive creatures ever seen. Each one of them, male and female alike, is surprisingly beautiful. Their bodies are muscled and athletic and gleaming with health. From some fan fiction here. From their broad backs, mighty wings emerge like secondary limbs, strong and webbed, and covered with large white feathers. Despite an innate sense of superiority, the winged ones are master logicians and mathematicians, precise architects and planners. They disdain magic and the daintier arts, being far too logical for such goings on. Even though the palace of the Winged One's city has sparseness, a sense of functionality that denotes their contempt for the artistic ornamentation. Oof, duh. Some Vulcans here. The Winged One's culture is an old one, and they make frequent references to the Ancient Ones, their forefathers, whose ruins and great works still abound on the island. The Isle of the Sacred Mountain is ruled by a lord and lady who exist as monarch on their own island but owe the allegiance to the common crown. The name of the island derives from a lone peak which soars into the clouds beyond the city. There, in a cave, dwells the sacred oracle, the philosophical head of the community. It is said that the oracle is centuries old, ultimately wise, and can read the future. I remember her. She is consulted by the lord and lady on every facet of the city's life and even advises the king and queen. Most Winged One citizens regard her as an almost mythical being. The greatest honor any Winged One citizen might hope for in his or her long life is to be granted a meeting with the oracle. For her cave is a place reserved only for the most worthy souls. Like many lofty ambitions, most of the Winged Ones never achieve this end. The Ancient One's culture inhabited the Isle of the Sacred Mountain perhaps as much as 1,000 years ago. At that time, it is likely that there was no kingdom and that the Ancient Ones existed alone in the sea, since no similarly aged record exists on any other island. The Ancient Ones had an The Ancient Ones had an advanced, mysterious culture. Their writings have been discovered on ancient tablets and scrolls buried beneath the current. Winged One's city, and in the ancient catacombs on the Isle of the Sacred Mountain, it is commonly believed that they. Well, I really messed that up. Oh, okay. It's saying that the writings were found buried beneath the current city and in the catacombs on the Isle of Sacred Mountain. Boy, I just read that really long sentence and my brain just like glazed, just became a puddle. It is commonly believed that they possess knowledge and mechanical acuity that far surpasses anything that exists today. This belief is based on a few remaining artifacts, such as their mysterious labyrinth catacombs. That's where the Minotaur is. So, what's on the Isle of the Beast? And the writings on the island's cliffs. The artifacts of the ancient ones are fiercely guarded by the winged ones and are studied by scholars of that race who spend their whole lives trying to unravel their mysteries. What is known about them derives from these delicate and treasured written records. Oh my gosh. The ancient ones were believers in the power of language. They were fond of the saying, a master of languages will soar. This presumably refers to the intellectual heights rather than the physical ones, but who can say? It is also known that they were great lovers of symbols and had a complex theology which they seemed to worship all things aerial, though only fragments of their belief system are understood today. The master of languages will soar. The ancient ones gave meaning to every creature, every color, every element, and mineral. In addition, they studied emotional states of being. Every emotion, like every creature, color, and element, ranked high or low on their theological scale. The lowest being base or primitive, and the highest being pure. At the top of this scale were the sacred four: the emotion tranquility, the color azure, the creature caterpillar, and the element air. Like Greek. The color azure, and the element air are obvious allusions to the sky. Similarly, tranquility is reminiscent of the heavens above. The caterpillar's one surprise is, well, caterpillars turn into butterflies, don't they? However, it makes perfect sense. After all, there are birds aplenty in the sky, but what glory is it to fly when one is born with wings? Is it not more glorious to still be born to crawl upon the ground and then build one's own wings? It is a matter of much debate whether or not the ancient ones themselves possess the power of flight. Despite their theology, the remains of the ancient ones do not bear the wings that distinguish the Isle of the Sacred Mountain's current inhabitants. Okay, so the ancient ones didn't have wings, but the winged ones do. The winged ones firmly believe that the ancient ones flew without wings, thus proving themselves superior to even the winged ones themselves. Some scholars of the Isle of Crown, however, believe that the ancient ones could not fly, and that their obsessive interest in flight and their secret knowledge enabled them to create a winged race, the descendants of whom are the winged ones. But such things we will never know for certain, for true understanding was buried long ago with the last of that long dead race. Oh my gosh. The alphabet of the ancient ones consists of graphic symbols. It is clear that their language and ours has the same root, for their writings are directly translatable by simply replacing the appropriate letter of our alphabet from one of its corresponding symbols in theirs. It is probable that the ancient ones spoke in our language and used these symbols in their writings as a code for secrecy or further ceremonial beauty. Or perhaps our own letters for the spoken language evolved as shorthand notations for the complex symbols used by the ancient ones. In any case, there are 26 primary symbols in their alphabet. There are other minor symbols, but those were used only for accent and representations of complex philosophical ideals and are not included here. In addition to their alphabetical functions, each symbol also represents an emotion, color, and creature, and a natural or physical element. Okay, so then we have these. So if I want to see these again, I'll probably pull them up online. Because I'm not going to click through all this again. One of the most intriguing artifacts left by the ancient ones are the logic cliffs. Okay, here we go. The cliffs are so named from a series of riddles written on the face of the cliffs leading from the beach of the Isle of the Sacred Mountain to the Winged One city. Chiseled painstakingly into solid rock, the viewer must question what purpose these words serve. From the ancient scroll that references the cliffs, it can be determined that The riddles on the cliff were part of an elaborate mechanism designed to protect those who dwelt at the top of the cliffs from undesirables that might arrive from the sea below. The mechanism may have served as some sort of calling device designed to alert those at the top of the cliffs that a brother required admittance, or perhaps led to secret chambers within the rock itself. Whatever the cliff's purpose was, it was obviously built to admit only those indoctrinated into the secrets of the Ancient One's culture, and for that reason, alas, it is as yet unsolved by those who live today. The following translation from the Cliffs of Logic scroll may help the reader understand the mysteries that surround the artifact. The first challenge: only those pure of heart will be able to rise the cliffs of logic. Rise. I think we have to spell rise. The third challenge: four men standing in a row, third from the left, and down you go. The rest in order move you on, the youngest, oldest, and second son. The fifth challenge: only those of the highest order may ascend to the cliffs of logic. Oh my gosh. Another remnant of the Ancient One's culture, the catacombs, is tragically inaccessible to visitors today. The catacombs held the burial chambers of the Ancient Ones and are said to be designed as a giant labyrinth. To protect their tombs from looters, the Ancient Ones built death traps into the catacombs and filled it with dead-end paths, maze-like corridors, and rooms where secret knowledges needed to pass. The Winged Ones were close to mastering the secrets of the catacombs years ago when a Minotaur, taking an instant liking to the dark funeral place, decided to take up residence. At first, the kingdom attempted to regain the hostage artifact, but between the dangers of the catacombs itself and the Minotaur's stealth and treachery, the losses became too grave to continue the struggle, and the Minotaur was left to his prize. So if we get rid of the Minotaur, then the Winged Ones will like us? Since then, the catacombs have been bolted shut. It is one of the greatest sorrows of the kingdom that each year the Minotaur demands and must be given the living sacrifice of his choice, lest he emerge from the catacombs and attack the city. How many winged ones are there? I feel like they could take him. The catacombs are an illustrative of the Ancient One's obsessive interest in death. Indeed, it seems to be in the air in this part of the world, for the modern day Green Islanders also have elaborate death traditions. The catacombs were obviously a place of high reverence for the Ancient Ones, as a message on an ancient tablet that once adorned the doors to the catacomb shows. 3 roses laid upon the bower, a scythe for he who cuts the flower, a crown, a dove, most noble race, thy bones make a sacred the straight place. God, I remember this. I remember reading this out, like this poem. This is like entrenched in my memory. Okay. Oh, oh, I'm tired. Oh, I don't have to go that far in. Let's just give her a look. Rise? Is that what we have to do? And it's like gonna make, it's gonna go chunk, chunk, chunk. How do I get out of here? Nothing happens, right? Does it want? Is it rises? Oh, here we go. Huge blocks of stone erupt from the granite cliffs. Alexander stares with wonder. That's quite a way to welcome a guest, if indeed it is a welcome. Um, okay. Anything over here? Just looking. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah. Alexander steps carefully onto the first stone step. Looking good, Alexander. Oh, I like how his coat flaps up when he climbs. Yeah, I like that. I like that little animation. Thank you. Is he jumping? He must be. Okay. Oh no, Alexander loses his balance. What? Did I walk? Did I try to walk? I may have. I may have tried to walk. Okay. I'm gonna do that again. I won't make you watch it. This makes me feel like I'm playing an old Sierra game. This has like the right amount of frustration built into it. I don't remember how this worked in the VGA version. Like, I don't remember how you scaled the mountain. Okay. All right. Alexander examines the strange etchings in the face of the cliff. What? It's sore, but I need the key, and I can't read the book. So I'm going to have to open a web browser, and we're going to have to look it up. Here we go. I don't want to see a walkthrough. I just want to see a picture. So Soar S. Okay, he's a little flying guy, and then O was a face, flying guy face. A is like a little tennis court, a little basketball court, domino, and then R is a bird. So we have little guy, face, tennis court, bird. Okay. So where is the flying guy? Is this him? This must be him. And then this is O. And then I think this is A. And this is R. Nothing happens. Right? It was a master of language was will soar. I thought it was soar. Oh, I think I just used the I accidentally put in J instead of A. That was my problem. I wanted this one. More stone blocks emerge from the granite. Okay, we're doing good. Then I think after this, what was it? Ascend? Was that the? There's also a riddle about a sun, like an age riddle. How many of these are there? I don't remember. It's been restore game. Thank you. Oh, no, 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 no. We're not saving. But we're not gonna watch him die. Oh my gosh. I gotta get it like right in the dark blue. Okay, this is the puzzle about the age. Okay, so I already messed up. Whoops. Oh no. Okay, I gotta save before then. How many? So my score is only 6. So the score, first of all, in this game is much lower than Quest for Glory. Like Quest for Glory is like over 500, and this is 231. I wonder, do I get a huge chunk of points like Quest for Glory? I got huge chunks of points for like finding Barnard, finding Elsa, and then killing or banishing, convincing Baba Yaga to leave. That's like 150 points or something out of 500. So I'm not sure if King's Quest Six's point system is as inflated. Okay, now I'm gonna look this up too. I'm not looking up the answer. I just want to look up the riddle. AQ6 guidebook. You think someone just has that? They do. Yeah, yeah. This guidebook is the book that you got with the game. 4 men standing in a row. Third from the left, and down you go. Third from the left. The rest in order move you on. The youngest, oldest, and second son. So we're going to do third from left. And then we do the first one, the last one, and the second one. 3, 1, 4, 2. 3, 1, 4, 2. 3, 1, 4, 2. 3, 1, 4, 2. 3. Oh, nope. Yeah, for some reason, when I fail that puzzle, I can't immediately restore. But when I get to the underworld, I can. So I got that wrong. How did I get this wrong? Third from the left. Left is for me over here. So that would be the third one, right? The youngest, the oldest, and second son. 3, 1, 4, 2. 3, 1, 4, 2. Is that? But as soon as I clicked 3, it told me it was wrong. Oh, third from the left and down you go. I thought it meant you start with a third of the left from the left and then you go on from there. But it literally means third from the left and down you go as you fall. You fall down. That took me a second to realize. Yeah, duh. Um so 1, 4, 2. Okay. 1. Now do I click this? Yeah, no. I mean, you don't click the third one at all because you're always gonna fall. I noticed my last recording, my mic sounded really bad. and I don't know why. I really hadn't changed anything about it. But I took off some of the filters that I used on OBS, um, because I can do all that in DaVinci Resolve. So hopefully it makes my, I think it was compressed too high. That's why my voice sounded a little robot-y. But it hadn't been an issue before. Probably because of the games I play have like a soundtrack. So it's not as noticeable. But in this game, there's like no background music except for a few bleeps and bloops. But I don't remember it being a problem in Quest for Glory either. So I don't know. One, how do I? Hmm. Hmm. Four men standing in a row. Third from left and down you go. Don't push that button. The rest in order move you on. The youngest, oldest, and second son. That's 142. Yeah, it has to be that order because the far left one has to be the youngest. Because the second son can't be the third. It can't be the right hand one, right? Because then that would make three the second son. The youngest, oldest, and second son. 142. I'm mad. I want to figure this out. This feels like it should be a really easy puzzle, right? People are watching. The two of you are watching this and they're like, no, Susie, it's got it in the wrong order. You gotta push these buttons like this. I can't even I can't even blame this on having a migraine. Like I didn't have a migraine yesterday or today. So my brain is about as good as it's gonna get. The youngest, the oldest, and the second son. I mean, I was just doing them in order. I'm just sort of brute forcing it now. I'm gonna start over here. The youngest, the oldest. Okay. I don't understand that unless this is the youngest, this is the oldest. This doesn't count as a son, making this a second son? Or this is the first son and this is the second son? Anyway, it's from right to left, not left to right. There's only so many combinations you can try at that point. So if I just kept pushing buttons and avoided the third one, then I'm going to get it, right? The thing I like about that puzzle is that it's a little bit like core Sierra riddle problem solving, but you can brute force it. So, well, I just don't want to get this wrong. Okay. There we go. I found a little groove there for getting in that sweet spot. Is this Ascend? Oh, the Sacred Four. Okay, I have it open still. This is the fourth challenge. The fifth challenge is Ascend. So what is this? The Sacred Four. Oh, no, that's right. It told me what the Sacred Four are. Azure, Tranquility, Azure, Caterpillar, Air. Air is an N. Okay. Tower, N, Base, and Caterpillar. Okay. Tower, N, Face, Stairs. Tower, N, Face, Stairs. Tower, N, Face, Stairs. I have a really bad memory. Um, like short-term memory. Tower, N. Where's that face? Where's that? Here it is. And then these stairs. Sweet. Like I will forget your phone number and your birthday. I'm bad with lyrics to songs. That sort of information does not stick with me. It's something I have to have like truly learned, right? Truly absorbed the information and understood it. And things like phone numbers and lyrics and rote memorization uh is not like is like not grokking. Ah, damn it. Not grokking anything. I think I'll get to the top of this and call it. We got quite a bit done today. We reunited the dangling participle with his bookworm friend. We talked to the queens. We got a poem to Cassima. And then we'll have done this. I think that's pretty good. I thought this would be like 4 videos, but it might actually be a little bit longer than this. Because we're at the end of our second video and we haven't cracked 100 points yet. I could just remember that F5 is saved, but okay, so now we do Ascend, right? A, S, C, E, all silent cry the noble boulders. N, E. We're almost there, and then the winged ones are gonna be like, what the? How did you get up here? And they're gonna lift me up and carry me away like some gargoyles in Deep Space Nine, Dark Souls 1, and Dark Souls 3. They do that to you again in Dark Souls 3, don't they? I haven't played 3. It's on my list of things I want to play. I'm gonna play them in order. I'm almost done with Dark Souls 1. I'm very frustrated because there's no bonfire in New Lando Ruins until after you beat the 4 kings. There's like 4 bonfires in Anor Londo, but there's not one before the boss in New Lando Ruins. And people are like, oh, it's not, the bonfires from the Valley of Drakes, or just past the Valley of Drakes. And, the Firelink Shrine aren't that far away, and I will tell you, yes, they are far away. They're annoyingly far away. Okay, here we go. Alexander finds himself finally at the top of the cliffs. Exhausted, he steps over the lip of the plateau and stands. Why do you make such an effort to climb the cliffs, young man? The winged ones who live on this island have the power of flight. You can have it too if only you would eat a berry from this magical flying nightshade bush. You think this is the genie? It's got golden eyes. Yeah, I don't believe you. Wow, that old woman really zips around. I'm not falling for it. See, the sweet berries will make you float like a petal on the wind. Try some. No, you can just fly. Oh, yeah, see, there's the glimmering eye. No, you can just fly because you're a genie. Come, stranger, trust me. Think of what I'm offering you. I'm going to wait till this genie gets mad and leaves. This must be the labyrinth in front of us where the Minotaur is. But it was sealed shut, so I can't get in there. Young man, you offend me. I tried to help you, and you insist on being rude. Yep. Get out of here. Get out of town. We don't like you, you genies around here. All right then. Stay tied to the ground like a load of lead. See if I care. You, you human. How odd. The old woman just disappeared in a cloud of smoke. Perhaps those barriers are even more powerful than she led Alexander to believe. Yeah, we're not doing that. Well, I don't want to save it here because it's sort of anticlimactic, right? Let's poke around on these doors. Yeah, they're lock type. Um, we'll just go into town. Look, an intruder. I didn't mean to trespass. I only wanted to visit this beautiful island. No visitors have been welcome on the Isle of Sacred Mountain in years, not since the red and white queens had spies in the guise of friendly visitors steal our island's sacred golden fleece. Oh, but we will not display such foolish trust again. You will have to answer to Lord Azure and Lady Ariel. They will determine what will be done with you. I can assure you it will not be pleasant. Are they going to throw me in the labyrinth? Is this a way you can hose yourself in this game? With what trickery did you master the cliffs of logic and reach a city of wingwings? Logic. Only the magic of clear thought, my lord. I meant no harm. The cliffs of logic? It is the sacred oracle's prophecy, Azure. Yes, Ariel. It is lucky for you, human, that climbing the cliffs of logic is part of a prophecy I cannot ignore. We have just been ordered by Vizier Alhazred himself to dispose of any strangers that might land upon our fair isle, but the prophecy would have a different fate befall you. The prophecy predicts that whoever climbs the cliffs of logic will defeat the Minotaur. The Minotaur has violated our sacred catacombs and eats our young in sacrifice. Our own daughter, Lady Celeste, was taken there only this morning, and his most recently demanded offering. A dilemma, then. Whom shall I obey in regards to your fate, the oracle or the crown? But since Alhazred did not dictate how I was to dispose of intruders, and since you cannot possibly survive the catacombs, your imprisonment there should serve both purposes quite admirably. Don't you want me to solve your Minotaur problem? I will not resist you in this, my lord. I shall do my best to save your daughter. Hm. First, I must tell you that the catacombs are a labyrinth of rooms, a place of exceeding danger. You will need many tools and clear wits to survive it. I am ready. Very well. My guards will take you there now. You seem courageous enough, but the catacombs will determine how brave you really are. I have the red scarf, but is there anything else I need in here? And is this a way in Sierra games you can often hose yourself? Is this a way you can hose yourself? Why did you tell the Lord Azure when you were ready and willing to face the catacombs? No one is ever ready, and only a fool could be willing. I'm an adventurer. And you are far wiser, I suppose, to leave a maiden to die, to not fight this plague on your own people? Roasted. Bravery and suicide are two different things, human. You will have a chance to renounce your choice soon enough, when you lay trembling under the Minotaur's hoofs. We shall see. Thanks for the escort. We only escort to your death. May the fates make it quick so that you do not have to scream long. Okay, we'll leave it here. The catacombs entrance door is locked from the outside by the winged one's guards. It seems that leaving the catacombs by that door is not an option. And then I'll also look it up off stream to see if I have everything I need. Because if I don't, I can always reload my Sacred Mountain save and go back and get what I need. But hopefully, I have everything that I need already. This can't be worse than the maze map sequence at the end of Gabriel Knight, A Beast Within. So, I remember wandering around in here and finding stuff, but I don't remember it being like, and I remember having to, like, in real Sierra fashion, avoid the Minotaur. He, like, used the scarf to, like, get him to charge the wall, and he, like, I can't remember. We'll find out next stream. So I don't have, again, I don't have any food. Oh no, I have a rotten tomato. I guess I can give you that. I guess it depends on how hungry you get. It's gonna be a little squishy, a little overripe. And he's a little grumpy. But if you get real desperate in your adventures, you can eat that rotten tomato. Sorry, it's the only thing I got. Uh, oh no, no, no. I have a bottle of milk for you. That's better. Take this bottle of milk and adventure on. I'll see you in the next one and wander safe.